Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great on this Saturday evening. It's also the 222 portal. So that's why I'm doing this reading. It's a collective message. So I do hope that it resonates with you guys. And yeah, so for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you like what you see here and decide to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button to help support the channel. And that way you'll all also know when I'm on here and when I post. And for those of you who have been rocking with your girl for a while already, welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. So as you know, like I said, it's the 222 portal. And hey Aya, what's up, girl? How are you? um, yeah, so this portal is pretty powerful. It's about finding harmony. It's also about relationships. It's also about divine manifestations. So it's a 111 when I said that, and one person, one like. So there might be, even though this is the 222 portal, we might be seeing the number one a lot in succession, like 1111, stuff like that. So with all that said, before I ramble on too much, because you guys know how I get down, I do talk a lot. I definitely have diarrhea of the mouth, just like my daddy. I am definitely my daddy's daughter. So without further ado, we're gonna tap right into the reading. I have a few decks already picked out that I felt drawn to, and I have other ones kind of on the side just in case, seeing where the reading goes, type of thing, seeing if a few people pop in, so on and so forth. So we're going to start off with the Moonology deck because it just seems to make sense, right? We're talking about the portal and all of that. So that, and I also have the Gateway of Light activation deck on deck. So I'm so corny. So yeah, so let's get started. Okay, Spirit, may let positive energy into this reading for the collective energy. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good when it comes to this 222 portal. Yeah, so let's tap in. Split the deck. What we got? It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio, along with work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So a lot of Scorpio, heavy Scorpio energy. Emotions could also be kind of running high because of it. And now there's two people and two likes. Maybe one of the things that needs to really be released in terms of the negativity is a sense of fear. Let me know if that makes sense so far. I mean, that's just me splitting the deck, so, don't really know what's going on just yet, but, we're going to keep tapping in, seeing what's going on. All right, Spirit, give us the clearest, most accurate messages, please, for the collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. All right, so bottom of the deck is Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon here. So they really want you to have a lot more faith than what you've been having. Maybe the faith is within yourself. Not sure yet. We're going to dive deeper. And it's also going to look different for everybody because this is a collective message. So, please take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. So we have a few cards that came out. And I think I'm going to take all of them. I feel drawn to them. I'm going to take them. All right. So we have Time for Healing. Balsamic Moon here. We also have Nothing Will Come of the Situation, Void of Course Moon. It's giving me like, if you're dwelling on, staying stuck in fear, you're not going to ever see any changes. Be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon. Hold your vision, Fixed Moon. Like I said, all these came out together. And you are, yeah, it's in the reverse. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. This card was in the reverse. So that's what it is. There's something that you guys have been wanting to do for probably a while. And one of the biggest things is fear that's holding you back from whatever this is. You know, fear of the unknown, um, a lack of confidence within self is what I'm getting for some of you. Um, they're just trying to reassure you at this time that whatever this is, you are more than capable. It's just a matter of being able to have that sense of faith within yourself to do it. And I trust me, I understand because I could resonate with that message myself. Bottom of the deck, we have a fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. I'm gonna get like two more from here because that was a lot of cards, but that was like one single message. All right, let's get two more from this deck, and then we're gonna move on to another one. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. To be honest, there's a lot of water energy going on here. I am actually getting that this is more of a message of self-love rather than love like outside of yourself or romantically or anything like that. Especially with like this whole energy of fear and having a lack of faith in self and things like that. Like I'm getting more, this is like something within self that they really want you to kind of dive deeper into. Um, I mean, and for those of you who do resonate with it more so being about romantic partnerships and things like that, because this is, the portal is about partnerships and connections. I'm getting your partnership or connection with self is important, but I'm also getting that for those of you who are resonating with it being about love, possibly. Let me know if that resonates in the comments. Sorry, there's like a siren going on. There was a siren as soon as I was about to start the reading, and now there's a siren out there again. And when I was doing a session with my client earlier, sirens were going off too. So there's a lot of important messages coming up. Stay tuned. Um, so we have don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. You know, some of you might be a little bit prideful sometimes, and you know, I just heard get off your high horse. Yeah, get off your high horse a little bit. You know, maybe you know your pride gets in the way because like maybe you're worried about outward appearances and things like that, how other people are going to perceive you and things like that. But really think about how your connection with your own self matters too. Don't worry so much about other people and their opinions of you. Worry about yourself. Focus on yourself. um I'm getting something like that. Bottom of the deck, look at that, look, see, show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. That was in the reverse. I had to turn the deck to read it. But with that being in the reverse, that's letting me know that, you know, there is something about being more genuine to yourself that might resonate with some of you, and the fact that you need to focus on that a little bit more. One more from this deck. Thank you. Wow. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. A lot of water energy. So some of y'all might have water in your chart. Or emotions are just really running high right now. And I do know that, like, again, with this 222 portal, there is a lot of high emotions here, and there's a lot of stuff about connections. So that's probably going to be like the main premise of this reading. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini here on the bottom of the deck. And top of the deck, we have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Remember I was saying earlier that I do feel like some of you guys might have something that you want to do, but you're afraid to do it, don't have the confidence to do it, and you kind of beat yourself down, you know, maybe because you don't want other people and their opinions of you to kind of, I feel like they overshadow how you feel about yourself. And that's why they're saying chakra, they're like saying like don't let that sense of pride get the best of you. Yeah. And then we have a fiery climax approaches again. Full moon in Aries, which had showed up before too. All right, so we're gonna move on to another deck. We're gonna get like 3 or 4 cards from here. If any of you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe if you feel like the message is resonating with you. There's a lot of different types of messages on this channel. You know, we have stuff about love, we have stuff about career and finance, we have stuff about healing. And when we talk about healing, we're talking about all kind of things. We're talking about childhood, we're talking about abandonment issues. Like it could get heavy on this channel, you know. But you get a little bit of humor on here too. And you know, my road dogs who always show up on here, they're funny as hell too. You're gonna get a lot of entertainment on this channel in general. So you will not be disappointed. All right, a couple more shuffles. Oh, and I also do like free readings from time to time, and very, very discounted readings, donation based readings, things like that. All right, so bottom of the deck we have it is in the reverse. Let's make sure the whole deck is not in the reverse before I say that. Okay, no, it's just that particular card. Got it. Okay, so it says Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. So this is definitely a time like they want you to focus on feeling a little bit more grounded at this time, and that's why it's in the reverse. They're letting you know that, you know, right now that sense of security, probably within self, is, I heard the word waning. That's not a word I usually would use, but it's waning. They really want you to kind of put some focus on that sense of security and stability within self. And I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking about like, or 3D shit. I'm talking about feeling connected with yourself, feeling connected with Earth. Some of you might hear or know the term earthing. Shit, hug a fucking tree if you need to. Do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Things like that. Again, let me know if that resonates. I know right now, because it is winter, you know, depending on where you live, that might be harder for some than others, but you know, there are other ways that you can get grounded without having to, you know, bury your feet in some soil. You know, there's so many different things you can do. So you could look online to like kind of figure out ways to do that. There's things on YouTube, you know, meditations, all kind of stuff to get maybe your, you know, your root chakra balanced. We have Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. So we do have this energy of, there's this great sense of light within you, and an awakening. This awakening, I do feel like for some of you, as I'm about to say what I'm about to say, phone starts to buzz at the same exact time. So I feel like that's a confirmation. Some of you, you know, might be thinking about doing something when it comes to teaching, whether it's in terms of coaching, actually teaching, counseling, things like that. There might be something about your story that might help other people. That's going to be, remember, this is a collective message, so it's going to be different for everybody. Crystal wire wraps. That's very cool. Yeah, I want to learn how to start making jewelry. I've been thinking about that. That and candle making as well. Those are 2 things I've been wanting to get more into. But yeah, there's something about using your voice in some kind of way, and this has been, you know, something I feel like has been on the channel for a while, a theme that I've noticed. A lot of people are meant to speak in some type of way, some type of capacity. So that might be one of the things that is the fear. Maybe some of you guys want to do it, but you're afraid, which I understand because I'm the same way. I hate public speaking. Like anytime I've ever had to like do a presentation or whatever, like I always cry right before because I'm like, I don't want to do this. Palms are sweaty and I'm sweating and I'm just like, I have like heart palpitations, feel like I'm peeing my pants, and I'm just like, I hate this shit. I don't like it. And then I just have to do what I have to do. like I've literally cried like while giving presentations. Like one time in college, I did a presentation talking about misdiagnosis in 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 the youth when it comes to bipolar disorder, and it was hard for me to um talk about it because it was about my little brother, who my youngest brother, who was misdiagnosed at the age of 5 with bipolar disorder. And I spoke about his experience, and I spoke about how children at that age being medicated, how it affects their bodies and their brains and things like that. Like it was a whole thing. And I made people cry, and I cried, and I was just like, okay, yep. um, but sometimes we have to speak our truth in order to convey a message, as hard as it may be. So there might be something that you're meant to talk about. And I know this message is not going to resonate with everybody, so I expect for there to be a lot of people in and out, and that's okay. The ones that's meant to reach is the ones that's meant to reach. um I didn't know you're a singer. Yeah, girl. See, we gotta talk. I need to go out to New York. We could do karaoke together. What we got here? Look at that. I knew this card was going to come up because I saw it like more than once while I was shuffling. I saw it about 3 or 4 times. Sword of Light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. So there is this sense of protection around you. And not only that, but it's also like, because this is like, again, this is about that sense of truth. This is basically the equivalent in this deck. This is almost like the equivalent of like the Ace of Swords, a great sense of truth, right? Um, there's a great sense of truth about whatever it is that you're meant to convey. For some of you, might be the one that's going to be releasing some karmic debts when it comes to your bloodline. We have ancestral realm here on the bottom of the deck, karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. Um, Again, that's going to look different for everybody, right? But there's something about this really great breakthrough energy, and you are protected at this time. Those fears that you might have about something that it is that you're meant to do, you know, rest assured that things will work in your favor. It's just a matter of having that sense of faith within yourself. We have the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. Understand that not like there's no such thing, in my opinion, and apparently the people who made this card, um, don't think of things as just mere coincidences, right? There's these nudges that you're gonna start feeling, the shift of energy that you probably have been feeling already, and they're basically just saying, "Hey, look, we're trying to push you in this direction for a reason. Pay attention, listen. Listen to the song within my heart." Like they want you to. There's something that they want you to listen to them, but they also want you to convey something, and you might be having a hard time listening. And I'm just kind of getting that, this is a time to start. My nose is itching like crazy. I'm definitely going to sneeze soon. Which is also an indicator that this message is on point. Um, Whenever I sneeze or burp on readings, that's when I know that, or when I hear sirens or alarms going off outside. That's always an indicator that I know that the message is gonna be something very, very important for somebody. We have so we got more than one card that came out that was talking about karma. Um, Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is something that you're really meant to do. And like I said, it's gonna be different for everybody. So please, don't say, "Oh yeah, 1919, I said that." Like, don't be like, "Oh, this message doesn't. This doesn't make any sense." Blah, blah. Like, read between the lines. You know what I mean? There's gonna be parts of the message where it's like very blatant and straightforward, and it's for you. And there's gonna be parts where it's like, okay, that's not necessarily for me, but I can kind of see where it's going. You know what I mean? Like, just remember it is a collective. So take the messages as they come, and if it makes sense to you, great. And if it doesn't, check out my channel, and you might see something that resonates a little bit more. So Bottom of the deck, we do have, and it's in the reverse, third eye activation, brow chakra, um, inner vision, clear seeing. So, all right, a couple things I got from that message. Some of you might be clairvoyant, meaning that you literally see things. Not like, I don't know, schizophrenia shit or anything. And I'm not making fun of schizophrenics or anything like that. I have a family member with that, so I'm not being funny. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm saying in the sense of in a spiritual realm thing. You might see things. You might see things before they happen. Um, so on and so forth. This might be a gift or something that is blocked at this time. Um, so this might be a time to focus on your third eye chakra. Do things that can help balance that out. Um, yeah, more than one message here. My bad. That's the main thing I'm picking up on though. Some of you might be suffering from headaches, and that's the reason why. It's because that third eye chakra needs some work. If you're feeling a lot of tension, I just started feeling it. That's why I had to like pause. If you're feeling it like literally right here in the brow section or on the side of the temples, that could be why. Let me know if that makes any sense. Um, um, what else do we have here? Top of the deck, we have Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Yes. Give yourself more grace, because I definitely was picking up on the energy of people who tend to beat themselves up. I said that earlier. Be gentle with yourself. Like, you don't always have to be perfect. There are going to be things that you're going to be confused about that don't make sense, and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. This shit's fucking confusing as hell to me. Or you know these ideas that are coming to you. Let's say if it's a business idea and you've been being nudged for a long time to do something, right? I looked up literally at 2222. Can't make this shit up. Like, if that's one of the things, and this might be something you're manifesting. So, like, let's say you're manifesting a business idea or something like that, but you're really afraid to do it. You don't feel like your idea is good enough or something like that. Like, they really want you to give yourself more grace. They're like, listen, Rome wasn't built in a day. You might have to go back to the drawing board from time to time to figure out how you're going to do X, Y, and Z. And that's okay. No one's perfect. No idea is perfect. So go from there. Go to the drawing board. Come. I keep hearing. I've been hearing put pen to paper all fucking day, literally since this morning when I had my session with my client. Um, put pen to paper. This might be a time for planning for some of you. Like, sit down and really do some introspection, and also, okay, so I'm getting more than one message and they're starting to get jumbled up. For some of you, they want you to start journaling about like your innermost thoughts and feelings about something. That might be why that throat chakra thing is so important right now, because I picked up on that as well. That's somebody's message. And then for others, it's you have a brilliant idea, but they want you to, have a practical, and we did see that card too, have a practical plan about how to, navigate this. Sit down, think it through, and then go from there. Um, yeah, it's gonna look different for everybody. Some of you might, revise your resume. It might be something as simple as that. Like, you want to leave a job, but you're afraid to leave that job because you've been there too long, and or so long rather, and it's your time to go, but at the same time you're like, I don't know what comes after this. For some of you, they're trying, that you've been nudged for a very long time to sit down and revise your resume. Like, for it could be something as simple as that for some of you guys. I know it sounds like, damn, that's it, but it's different for everybody. But that seems like, for somebody, that seems like that's pretty important. Let's say if you've been at a job for 10 years plus or something like that. It's scary to leave a job in this economy, especially, right? you know like, starting from scratch is hard. It is. So I can see where the fears and anxieties might kind of, come in and make it kind of, make you a little bit wary. My phone just went off when I said that. Some of you might be feeling a sense of anxiety. I just started feeling a sense of anxiety within myself, like in the pit of my stomach. I just felt something, So it's like, not that I have to poop or anything, but but no, seriously, like um, more just the fact that like there's something that makes you a little bit anxious or nervous to move on in a new direction. Is what I'm kind of getting here. Um, Ooh, that's cool. I When you get some more practice and really start doing the tattoos, let me know because I've seen some of your artwork and it's really nice. So and I do want another tattoo. So about middle of the deck we have Holy Grails in the reverse. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You you are what you seek. The truth is within yourself. There's so much more power within yourself than what you allow yourself um, to acknowledge. Really, I heard the word acknowledgement, and that's why this inner work is super important right now for you guys. Right. All right. So I'm gonna move on to another deck. I'm just gonna get maybe 3 cards from here to keep it kind of quick. I don't want to go too crazy. Um, Hey Zhao, how are you? Yeah, girl. You know we're mad connected, right? You know it. When I was shuffling, I saw carrying connections. I should have showed you guys that, so you don't think I'm bullshitting. But like we did talk about the connections being one of the most important what's the word I'm looking for, themes at this time when it comes to this portal. So connections are important, and I saw the sun as well. I feel like connection with self is definitely the big thing here, but we're gonna keep on pulling cards. Let's see what else pops up and go from there. One more shuffle. All right. Anxiety, we just spoke about it literally about a minute ago. There's a lot of anxiety here, a lot of overthinking. It's giving me like Nine of Swords energy, like really in your head right now, and just some of you might be having like issues with sleep. Some of you might be having gastrointestinal problems, like cramping and stuff like that in your stomach, nausea. And this might be like an onset kind of thing, like it kind of came out of nowhere. You might not typically deal with these kind of things sometimes, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Why do I feel like this? And it's not like a, uh, you know, like a stomach bug or something like that. It might be something more just geared towards that, especially like if you have like burning in the pit of your stomach. Somebody's going through that because I feel it right now as I said that. Okay, so let's get maybe 3 or 4 from here. The thinking man. Yeah, you guys are thinking a lot. A lot of thinking going on. But the thing is, it's like thinking or planning, not a bad thing, right? Some of you might have air in your chart, not a bad thing in and of itself. But what becomes a problem is if you start to overthink this type of stuff, right? Because we have the sun here on the top of the deck. So you guys really just are trying to focus on your overall happiness, right? Um, but there's something that's like there's a disconnect somewhere. And I keep on feeling like there's something going on more internally than anything. Like I'm not really picking up on outside influences that much on this reading. Every reading is different. This one I'm picking up on more internal stuff. Self-love definitely being a part of it. And it's like, and your confidence within self. Yeah. They want you to balance things out. Also, I'm getting for somebody, if you are like in the process of looking for like another job or something like that, be very, very mindful of whatever you sign up for. Make sure that you really, read things through, dot all of your I's, cross all your T's, be on your P's and Q's basically. So that way you can make sure that it's something that lines up with what it is that you want for yourself. That's something that they wanted me to say. I know that seems very specific for somebody, but yeah, be very mindful of signing any contracts as well. Getting for somebody. All right, so we got that crown. I mean that third eye chakra again. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron here. So somebody might resonate with the idea of the fact that you might be very intuitive, very gifted in that way, um, but at the same time, you might just be in your head too much. Yeah, see, angel of balance. I just said something about balance. Um, the word of spirit. I'm kind of getting that like the more balance that you feel within yourself. Remember, we also talked about feeling rooted and grounded too. The more rooted and grounded you are, the more that you find that sense of balance within yourself, the more in tune with yourself and spirit you become. So if you're, for instance, if you're trying to also build a relationship with spirit, your spirit guides, God, your ancestors, so on and so forth, just using these as random examples. Um, that definitely comes with feeling more centered. So the more centered you feel, the more likely it is that you'll be able to build that close bond and relationship with source. um I'm also getting be careful of people who are deceptive around you. So maybe using your intuition about that to make sure that you're mindful of the people that don't necessarily have the best intentions towards you. Protect your energies, what I'm kind of getting. Preserve your energy. Let's get maybe one or two more from here. And we're going to tap into the tarot. For those of you who are still here, I hope that getting a message out of this that helps. Yeah, see? Remember I was talking about putting pen to paper? Here we go. Strategy. Planning things out. It's literally a quill here. This is a time to strategize. And did I also say something about journaling? It says journal log on here. um, yeah, that's wild. That's really wild. Again, another a separate message. It seems a little more specific for somebody. Be again, I said something about deceptive people or the people that you can't necessarily trust around you. Don't go telling too many people about your plans and things of that nature. If you have things that you're about to start working on, be mindful of who you share that information with, because not everybody, unfortunately, wants the same for you as you may want for them, and whatnot. Like just be careful. One, or I'm even getting for somebody, like if you have ideas that you're trying to draw up or whatever, somebody might try to steal your ideas. 3333. When I said that, just keep these things in mind, right? Like I said, this is gonna be different for everybody, so please take the messages as they resonate. But for somebody who ends up watching this, that was something that needed to be said. What we got? And I had a feeling scarves on show up again. Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel here. This is the crown chakra. This is going back to that energy of feeling more connected with source. And this card seems like it wants to come out too, so I'm gonna take it. Um, so we have woman holding a coin. There might be some, like I said, there might be something about a business opportunity or something like that. And you're getting these downloads all the time. You're probably waking up in the middle of the night and shit like that. Fucking annoying, I know. At like 3, 4 in the morning, or having a lot of headaches because you're thinking all the time. And they're like, you're trying to think of a master plan of like how you can strategize and do whatever it is that you're trying to do. These ideas are flowing through you, but then it's about the execution. And that's why I keep waking up in the middle of the night. And the reason why is because they're trying to nudge you and say, you're on the right track. Now it's just a time to, put these plans into motion. Look what's on the bottom of the deck as I say that. Blossoming abundance. Just saying, they're like, we're trying to guide you, but you need to listen, goddamn it. But your anxiety gets the best of you. Here again, right? Very interesting. The temple path. They're like, we're trying to light the way for you. We're lighting the way for you, but you need to listen. Because there's only so much that they could do on their end, right? They can, how they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You're the horse. You know what I mean? You're the horse, and they're trying to, push you to do something, and you're afraid, and you're like, I don't know how I feel about it. And they're like, look, do it, goddammit. All right, so we're gonna pull from the tarot now. We're gonna do a cross of truth. Ooh, Emperor. Here in the middle of the deck, and I split it. Boss-like energy, okay? I like it. And we saw a card about Aries energy earlier too in the Demonology deck. All right. For those of you who are resonating with this reading, please hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section if it makes sense or resonates. Also, you could leave reactions, send some hearts or anything this way so that I know that I'm connecting with your energy. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, please subscribe because I do readings like this, but then I also do like free readings or, discounted readings and things like that as well. So yeah. Bottom of the deck. Walking away. We got this 8 of Cups here. So, embarking on a new journey, leaving things behind. It's uncomfortable. It's not necessarily fun, but it is something that is a part of the journey for you. It's a part of the path. It's something that you're meant to do. And that's why you've been feeling uncomfortable. You've been feeling anxiety. Whenever you do anything that, is out of your comfort zone, it's going to make you feel like that. But it also means that you're on the right path when it comes to self-betterment. These are words that they're telling me to tell you guys. So I'm getting self-betterment, growth, expansion. I heard upper echelon. Yeah. Just moving upward and onward when it comes to where you're going, where you're headed, right? Some of you actually may physically be moving. All right, what else does the collective need to know at this time? What's the overall energy here? The Temperance. Some of you might have Sagittarius in your chart. I do. I am actually a Sagittarius. Peace and harmony, right? Balance within your life. Tempering yourself. Just kind of being more mellow. Equal give and take and connections. Things happening in divine timing, not rushing the process. These are things that I feel like are prevalent for some of you guys right now, especially when it comes to something work related. I'm telling you, this is what they're telling me. They've been saying this whole time. I feel like it has something to do with a craft or something or a talent that you have. And, so like I said, career / work related for a lot of you guys. And it's like, they're just saying, look, everything's going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to, but you have to put in the effort. We got this deceptive energy again, 7 of Swords. Do not share your ideas with other people. Yeah, you're manifesting something, Magician here. Like, they're basically saying be very mindful of the people that you share your energy / ideas and stuff like that with, because you can't trust everybody, okay? Even if it's people that you've known for a long time, like, you got to be careful. That's what I'm getting. And I'm also getting another message I just got. Don't deceive yourself. Don't sell yourself short. This could also be about self, delusions and deception too. Like your delusions and fears and all that shit that we were talking about way earlier in the reading, those could become your own sense of like betrayal and shit, deception. So just be mindful of that too, right? Again, it's gonna look different for everybody. Take the messages as they resonate. Tell us more. Yeah. Three of Cups. As I was asking about what's the challenge here, um, well, there could be people within your like social circle and things like that who I'm getting that some of you tend to overpour into connections. And remember, the 222 portal is a lot about connections. So some of you might be dealing with, people around you who, as much as you love them and all of that, you support them, they don't always do the same for you. So finding that sense of balance and whatnot within your connections, right? That equal give and take, that, pouring into each other's cup. If they're not pouring into your cup the same way that you're pouring into theirs, then that's a problem. So ask yourself, are the connections in my life equally yoked? If they're not, then they have to go. Anything unaligned must go. Um, and if it's not necessarily your friends per se, but it could be people, within the work environment and things like that. Again, ask yourself that question. Are these relationships equally yoked? If they're not, they have to go. Because what you're doing is you're causing yourself to stay in these situations within your life that you don't have to stay in. It's one of those messages that I hate delivering, but guess what? This is what Spirit wants me to tell you. And guess what? Spirit be smacking me in the face all the time with this type of shit all the time too. Because they're like, this is a time to be happier, right? Look, Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Like they're like, they want you to be happier. They're trying to push for that. This overflow of just overall just happiness. And it's like, but you can't do that with the wrong people in your corner. Or if you're in the wrong mindset or headspace to be able to accomplish and achieve that. Hope that makes sense. Tell us more. Thank you. All right. We have the Seven of Wands here. So what I'm getting here, this is what you're letting go. What you're letting go of it is the things that have been causing upheaval in your life that have kept you feeling like you're blocked. You feel blocked. You feel like you've been at a standstill in your life for a while. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we got the Seven of Wands here as the energy that's being let go of. Bottom of the deck to kind of clarify it, Nine of Cups. That's about your overall happiness. Top of the deck, the Tower. So you went through some tower moments, right? You went through, some major upheaval in your life where things got shaken up. You had to reevaluate a lot of things, so on and so forth, especially when it comes to your overall happiness. And it's like, the thing is, it's like, you might have been guarded, but did you see shit coming from left field? This is not left, by the way, this is right. But um there might have been shit coming from all different directions that you weren't paying attention to because you were focused on the wrong things. That's what they wanted me to say. Focused on the wrong things, and that allows for other energies that, come and infiltrate your energy, fucking shit up, fucking up your groove. And then this is the energy that you end up getting stuck in. Not fun. And it causes a lot of burdens. 10 of Wands here. Like I said, I know this is going to look different for everybody, so just please take the messages as they resonate. But for somebody who ends up watching, even if it's just one person who resonates with this reading, I know I did my job. Um, yeah, now this is like a time of reevaluating the people and circumstances in your life and just figuring out how to protect your energy, how to conserve your energy, because not everybody's deserving of that. When you understand who and what deserves your energy, things are going to start looking a lot better and feeling a lot better too. Tell us more. Thank you. Yeah, this is what's being welcomed in, and how ironic. um, the twos represent, in general, they could represent choices, partnerships, and things of that nature. What's here? Two of Wands, and this is the energy coming in as we're doing a 222 portal reading. So there's this energy of making choices, right? Moving in a new direction. 45, 45, as I said that. There's some endings happening if that's the case too, because that means that you guys are at this point, it's a pivotal point right now where you're at a crossroads. You're basically saying, okay, self, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? Whatever that looks like for you. Whether for some of you, I said this earlier, some of you might literally be physically moving, maybe for a job. Um, but the reality of the situation, regardless of anything, there's choices here. There's this free will, the sense of free will in which you have to make a choice. And with this choice might come some sense of discomfort, anxiety, right? But you know that this is something that needs to be done. You've known it for a while. So now this is a matter of planning it out, strategizing. It's time to move on. Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck as I say this. You're moving on. New direction. Moving from the rough waters to the calmer waters at this time. It's a very transitional period for you at this time. Yep, look at that. The World on the top of the deck. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. The World, closure, right? Completion, successful completion. Um, Not only is there like the successful completion, but also, I keep saying it, I'm getting something about somebody moving. That's not for everybody, but somebody's moving. And they might be moving relatively far from where they currently live for someone. Because, like, if you look at this card, and I picked up on this energy earlier, but, like, I'm picking up on it again. If you look at this card, the person holding in the card is literally holding, like, a globe in their hand. And then you have the World here, like I just said. And then I had picked up on that energy at one other point, too. I don't know where the card is now because it's, like, buried under other stuff here. But, yeah. Yeah, there's this sense of dissatisfaction. So it's like, it's time to move on from that. Moving on, moving forward, and saying, okay, well, I have, like, do I stay stuck in the circumstances that I've been in for a very long time that I'm not happy in? Or do I move on and say, okay, this might be hard. This might not be necessarily what I want, but it is what's going to be for my better self in the long run. I feel like that's like the dilemma for a lot of you guys. You're just kind of trying to figure out how do you move about the situation. No pun intended. Because I do feel like some of you guys are going to be physically moving. Or just moving on from something. Tell us more. Thank you. We got two cards here. Okay, so we have the Hierophant here, along with the Page of Swords, which came out together. This is kind of like the basis of everything. So the way I'm interpreting this information here is as follows. The Hierophant represents value systems, um, counseling, teaching, um, sorry, bear with me. Yep. So with that page of swords there, the page of swords is about curiosity. The page of swords represents research. It represents it, I mean, if this were like a love reading, it could represent somebody like stalking you or something like that. But that's not what this is about. This is about something different. With those cards coming out together, what I'm getting is, and what I'm hearing too, um, this is definitely a time right now of just sitting down and saying, you know what? I did things for other people for so long in a way that I didn't even necessarily like. I heard the word, I just heard the term up the ante. So, especially for those of you, if this is about work, there's something that you know that just does not align with your spirit. It doesn't feel right to you. And again, if this is something that you've been doing for so long, and it's just like, it's just, you did it because you felt like you're supposed to. So, take this as it resonates because it's going to be different for everybody. Some of this is like going real far back, like family, childhood type shit. For others, it's more just like, the culture of your job or something like that. For some, it could be like, your how you value your romantic relationships. It looks different for everybody, trust me. So, it goes kind of deep, and because this is a collective reading, I can't give like a particular standpoint, but just understand this is definitely about your overall interpretation slash feelings towards something, whatever that something is, whatever this reading has been meaning to you, that's what it's talking about. So those core values and stuff do not align anymore, and now you have to kind of pay attention and just study things and be like, you know what, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, I have to do something different. So if it's work related, the culture at the job might just not, it might not be suitable anymore. Maybe you've been putting all this effort and time into a fucking job that doesn't serve you, and they don't recognize your hard work and dedication to them. If it's a romantic relationship, same shit. And it's you know you and your partner just you don't see eye to eye anymore, and you're like, okay, this just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't feel right, it doesn't sit right with me. If this is more of an internal thing, really sitting down with self introspective. I'm actually shocked that the hair, I mean, not the hair font, the the hermit didn't show up yet, but and it might, you never know. But that introspection and that retrospection of saying, okay, well, these are things that just, you know, mm, I don't like it. I do it all the time with my own self, like where I just sit down, I'm like, there's just things even about my own self where I'm like, this relationship with self, where I'm like, ooh, I do not care for this. I don't do it in a way to beat myself up, but I do it in a more of a way of, I'm like, okay, I'm delicate with myself, I'm gentle with myself, and I'm like, okay, this part of my personality or the way I do things, my routines, whatever that may be, like so on and so forth. I'm like, okay, gotta work on that. 53, yes, I said that. Paying more attention, right? And that's why this card is here. Paying more attention to the things that are going on around you, within yourself, so on and so forth. I'm hoping this is all making sense. Yeah. A lot of you guys, this is it is work related, and it's like, okay, these niggas is fucking my bag, bro. Like, let, let, it ain't adding up. The math ain't mathing. Like, why this contract don't make no sense? Remember I was talking about like something about signing contracts or something. Yeah, they're like, pay attention to that. But the other part of me as I'm reading this card, because it's the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. I'm also getting, again, as I said before, this energy of people who have overextended for a long period of time. And one thing with the Queen of Pentacles, like, she's practical, but she's also very generous. The energy surrounding this card, she's very generous. And it makes it very difficult to be able to like decipher who to extend yourself to. And that might be something that you guys have been struggling with. And that's why it's hard to make this decision to kind of, remove self, walk away, whatever. So, again, let me know if it makes sense. But, this is the time to use your intuition, High Priestess. Use your intuition. There might be some shit going on behind the scenes, and, you might be feeling it, sensing it. And it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do with that information? Gotta do what you gotta do. Tell us more. Okay. So we have the Four of Wands that came out. We have 4 people, 4 likes, and the Four of Wands here. So you might be seeing the number 444 a lot. So for some of you, get more than one message, so bear with me. For some of you, this is about the fact that, like, it's about a sense of stability that you're trying to feel, right? You want to feel stable within your life right now. You want that sense of a solid foundation, which is what that card represents. It also represents community. So it's like, wanting that sense of, I want people around me that actually have my best interests at heart. And they're saying make sure those relationships are equally yoked. Said it earlier and we're saying it again, right? That energy keeps showing up. For others of you, I'm getting that, yeah, because we do have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck here. Top of the deck, we have, yeah, there's been some betrayals. 10 of Swords. Whoa, look at all these swords. And Page of Pentacles. Being mindful of the people who make offers towards you or come in, acting like they want to rekindle, relationships, whether it's romantic, work, it doesn't really matter. The point of the matter is, whatever their intentions are, just be like very, very mindful of, excuse me, this playlist is about to be over and I want to make sure that I don't get flagged. So, rewind this a little bit. Sorry. That's good for now. Didn't mean to drop it that far. Yeah, like just being, very, very cautious, right, of the people around you, those betrayals, the way that people have treated you in the past. For some of you, this is going so far back that we're talking about like childhood too, or family. And it's like, and that's so sad and so scary because it's like, how do you decipher who's who? How do you move about those situations? Because it's like, okay, well, I love my family, I want to keep them around. And it's like, well, Spirit is saying for some of you, these are not necessarily people that you want to keep around. Yeah, because then they leave you feeling like this. 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. You know what I mean? Feeling, I heard the word, I heard the word daunting. Like it's a daunting task to keep some of these people around because they're energy vampires. They suck off your energy away from you. Just be mindful of the people who you keep around your energy at this time. Oh, let's get one more card from here. One last card from this deck. And then we're gonna get a couple of cards from the Divine Masters, and then a couple of cards of inspiration to close out the reading. Yes, look at that. Ace of Wands. So they're like, this is a time that you might be feeling very, very inspired to do something. We talked about that earlier. you know, whether it's work related or whatever. But for a lot of you, it's work. Yeah, you're manifesting something. And this is also a time of divine manifestation, right? So it's like whatever it is that you want to do, they're like the worst of the worst is about to be done or is done. 10 of Wands. Those burdens are being lifted. You're letting them go. And now, so we saw the sun more than once. The sun is here in the middle of the deck. Your your overall happiness is definitely a lot closer than you think it is. It's just a matter again of that sense of faith within yourself, within your ability to make these choices to move forward. Is what I'm getting. Especially when it comes to these relationships in your life, whether it's with yourself, people around you, work, so on and so forth. You know, just being able to be mindful of, you know, how you move about these situations, right? All right, so I'm going to get maybe 3 cards from this deck, and then we'll pull a couple inspirational cards, and that'll be the end of this reading. I do hope that for those of you who stuck around or are still here, I hope that this message has been helpful and that you've been resonating with it. These are those type of messages where I don't expect for a lot of people to be here because, like, you know, it is what it is, you know. But I do appreciate you guys for the support and wanting to stick around and get this message because it seems like it's a very meaningful one. And you know, that's my whole purpose. It's a part of what I know I'm meant to do. I know I'm doing what I need to do, even if this is one person who watches, who resonates and says, whoa, that's my story. If I could do that when I come on here, then I know I did what I needed to do. So I really appreciate you guys for being here. Look at that. Okay, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some pimping in it. All right, look. So and I love you too, Aya. So we have Thoth, divine magic. The teacher awakens, the student becomes the master. Did we not talk about this shit earlier? I'm gonna read this card again. Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. For those of you who didn't start the reading from the or weren't here at the beginning, I would strongly suggest starting the reading over because wow, you guys are definitely meant to help other people in some capacity. You are. And if it's not like literally like teaching in some kind of way, maybe they're just saying like these lessons that you've learned are so great that, like, you know, your ascended masters and things like that, your ancestors and, you know, the universe, so on and so forth, they've been teaching you some really heavy lessons, but these lessons are going to be what's going to initiate this really, really big part of yourself. You're growing, and again, it's uncomfortable, it's not necessarily fun. But when you start to see, like, you know, parts of yourself coming out that were not there before, it's gonna be like, oh shit, I kind of like this new version of me, you know. So just, you know, that's why they were saying earlier, be gentle with yourself, you know, give yourself grace because this is going to be different. It's not the most comfortable situation to be in, but just know that you're doing something so important for yourself, possibly even for your bloodline, you know, depending on, you know, how big of a mission this is, you know. You're doing something really important. So just keep that in mind, right? And give yourself grace while you do it. Oh, Chandra, I love to hear that and see or read that, I should say. I'm happy it resonates, love. We have Horus here, manifestation vortex. Beliefs make, belief makes manifest, thoughts attract and create. Yes. This is like kind of like law of attraction kind of energy here. You know, the energy that you put out there, your thoughts, if you will, those are the things that you're going to be able to bring to life. So when you're saying negative things, for instance, about yourself or to yourself, that's what you're going to keep on manifesting. You know, you could tell yourself all you want to, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a business owner, I'm gonna do this. But if you're telling yourself things like, oh, but I'm not smart enough to do this, or this my business idea is fucking stupid and I'm an idiot, and like, I don't know, I'm just whatever shit that you might be telling yourself, right? That's not productive at all. They basically are saying like, stop doing that, because that's what you're going to end up manifesting. So this is a time of focusing on, for some of you, okay, here we go, life coach mentality here. um Exercises that I do for myself and that I also tell my clients to do, because I am a life coach. um Write down the things that you say to yourself or other people have said to you that have made you feel less than, right? Ruminating thoughts is what we call that. Those ruminating thoughts, put them on, make like a 2 column, little chart. Put those things on one side, write down like 5 of them. You don't have to go crazy. And then on the other side, write something that's a rebuttal to each of those things. Some type of affirmation or something to counteract that. It's a great exercise. And even if it's your own negative self-talk, still a great exercise. Is one of the best things you can do to really just like bring the negative energy out and bring some positive energy in. So release, right? It's an exchange of energy and power. What are you giving power to, right? When you speak to yourself, if you're constantly saying negative things to yourself, you're giving power to that. You're feeding it. This is a time right now to start feeding the positive things about yourself that exist, and actually acknowledge it. I said that word earlier, acknowledgement. Acknowledge the things that are so positive about yourself that you don't always give yourself credit for. This is a time to give yourself grace. So 2 more from this guy. I always hate saying this one because I don't necessarily know how to say it, and I feel stupid saying it. See, gotta stop saying stuff like that, right? Um, Melchizedek, I believe is how it's pronounced. Melchizedek. Divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. Did I not fucking say that this is going to be a time of studying? Page of Swords. This is a time of research, a time of studying, a time of doing that inner work where you're going to learn things about yourself and what it is that you truly want at this time for yourself in your life, to work on this part of the journey, right? And I also had mentioned that I think a lot of you guys might have your own spiritual gifts going on too. Just saying. Highly intuitive, so on and so forth, psychics. Um, right, we have El Moria says spiritual force field. Protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. Wow. So we have, I think, 3 cards that talk about that. Let's see if I can find them. I found one of them. I'll just use this one. But we had saw. Wait, no, I found them. Look at this. So we have, like I said, I love when this happens. Um, Protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. Earlier in this reading, we had, and this was one of the first cards in the reading, you and your loved ones are safe. So remember, I was talking about this sense of feeling secure and safe within yourself and getting more grounded. Confirmation. Sword of light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. So we have a lot of cards talking about this sense of protection and security. Very important right now. Let's get one more from here. But that's just like a lot of clarification right there. That's saying like you are so divinely protected. As scary and new as some of the stuff that you're encountering as you work on this journey may be, they're letting you know we got you. Your guides, source, God, whatever you believe in, um, so on and so forth. I believe in a little bit of everything in the universe. I believe in a little bit of everything because it's all going back to the creator, which is God anyway. Um, as I say that, almost dropped a bunch of cards, but I caught them. So we have another card here. We saw this card or this energy in another deck earlier. It says Saint Germain, Violet Flame. We had a Violet Flame card earlier. Alchemy, release the old, make way for the new. Yes, absolutely. And I did say earlier because I kept feeling like I was picking up on the number 9 a lot. And ironically, right now as I look up, there are 4 people in here and 5 likes. It adds up to 9. I keep on picking up on the number 9, which is about like that energy of approaching and ending. So you're in this process of getting ready to release, right? Wow. Yeah. And as you're releasing, you're able to transmute this energy and turn it into something new. Bottom of the deck, we have Guru Ramda. It is a miraculous moment. Harmony surrounds you. Remember, I was talking about the temperance. Expect miracles. Wow. Wow. I like that. Yeah. Definitely time to find that sense of harmony and balance within yourself. Top of the deck, we have Joan of Arc, Sacred Activist. Don't be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. What was I talking about? When I swear to God, when these readings go like this, I'm just like, when it all comes back full circle of all the things I already said, I'm just like, this is so crazy. Yes, standing up for your beliefs, right? That Hierophant card, it goes back to that. Standing up for what you believe in and reevaluating what is valuable to you, not worrying about what other people want slash expect for you anymore. You're doing something different, and that's why it's scary. Um, we have the Atlanteans, um, evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. Nice. And some of the stuff that you're about to do is gonna be like you're gonna be like one of the first people to do it. Maybe within your family or something like that, or like let's say if it's like a business idea or something like that. Like maybe if you're in the tech field or something like that, or just have like some what they would consider as like some really far out ideas or something like that. They're basically just reassuring. I'm just turning this down because it's like a actual song and I don't want to get flagged. Um, but yeah, so like when you have like really brilliant ideas, right? Cutting edge ideas, like it's scary because other people don't have the same, thought capacity as you. Like they're gonna look at you like, the fuck you talking about? Sounds stupid. That's a little far fetched. Like, but imagine like the first person who like created a wheel, right? That's why they say, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. That's where that term comes from. So it's like sometimes there's like these ideas that are so like out there, quote unquote, that some of you might have air in your chart or fire in your chart. Um, Ideas that are really like far out, and people are gonna be looking at you like, "The fuck are you talking about? That sounds crazy." But they're saying like, "Go for it." Um, and again, if it's not about that, it's more just like your overall value systems and things like that, like, in your family it could be the thing that's going to be also different, right? You might be one of the first ones who say, I sorry guys, I don't really believe in formal like religion. I don't want to go to church. That might be you. And your family gonna be looking like, what the fuck you talking about? worshiper or something. Like, no, I'm not a devil worshiper. I just don't want to go to church. Like, it might be something as as small and minuscule as that. But the whole point is, whatever this looks like for you, because like I said, it's gonna look different for everybody. Um, it's meaningful to you, and that's all that matters. Stick to it, right? Because there's something that you're meant to do, and this is something that's going to make you a lot happier in the long run. So just, go after what makes you feel better, what sits right with you, because this is no longer a time of worrying about everybody else and pacifying everybody else. It's a time for focusing on self, is what I'm getting here. So I get maybe 2 or 3 cards from this deck, and this is just like messages of like inspiration to close out. I always like to do something like that at the end. And then yeah, I'll leave it end. And for those of you who stuck around the whole time, thank you so much. If you didn't catch it from the beginning, I would strongly suggest trying to. You don't have to, of course, free will. And if you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button if you felt like you got something out of this. I hope you did. So bottom of the deck, we have power. Yes, I love that. Recognizing your own power, right? The power that you bring to the table. The power that you probably don't even recognize within yourself. So we have, I'm just going to take all of these, and these are going to be the cards I'm taking, and that's it. Because these all came out like this for a reason. Taking risks. Exactly, because we had a card like that very early in the reading. One of the first cards that came out said something about taking a risk. Along with opportunity. There are opportunities coming in that are going to bring you a sense of, guess what? Security. Possibly financially for somebody. But stop going against the current. Okay? Flow is in the reverse for a reason. They're like, you're not following where you're being guided, and they want to reassure you that everything that you've been feeling, everything that you've been guided to do, you've been guided for that, for a reason. It's not, it's not in vain. Okay? You have love here. Talked about self-love earlier, right? Love is important right now. And even maybe in terms of romance as well. Diligence on the top of the deck. Remain diligent during this time, right? Continue to do what you've been doing. Don't give up. I heard the word tenacity. Yes, and that's the truth. Middle of the deck. That's the truth. They're like, remain tenacious, right? Stop selling yourself short. Big one. All right, so with all that said, guys, I hope that you got um, a message out of this message, something that was helpful for you and that resonated, because I definitely enjoyed delivering this message, and I love you guys oh so very much. So guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm not sure when I'm gonna be back on, because I'm trying to like work on creating a schedule, but I have so much stuff going on in my personal life, so it's been kind of rough. But I definitely want to try to get back to like doing like the personal readings and stuff like that, like the free readings and things like that. I'm working on it, trust me. So with all that said, you guys are absolutely amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. And again, the big thing here, don't sell yourself short. You guys have so much more capabilities and capacity than what you give yourself credit for, is the big message here. So until next time, you guys take care. I love y'all, and